That killed it. I don't hear anything now. Now I hear it.
Okay, I can still hear it, yeah.
Yeah. That's fine.
Mosby, how you doing, buddy? Good.
Well, they're clearing the floor. We'll just... And we can just wait, because I think they're just going to do the anthem right now. We'll wait. Yeah.
Missouri Women's All-Stars.
One more time for the best players in Kansas City to lace them up at the high school level. It is the DiRenna All-Star Game on 810varsity.com, live from Shawnee Mission South High School. I am Tim Spurl. He is Steve Cassidy. And Steve, this obviously a Kansas City tradition. The best players from either side of the metro meet one more time for some bragging rights and to represent their schools and communities just one more time.
Absolutely. The kids are excited to play. This is a great venue for them and a great way to end their high school careers.
Kansas boasts the current DiRenna Award winner, Beatrice Culleton. She won the award last night. She will lead Team Kansas up against a stacked Team Missouri team. Real quickly, let's run down that Missouri roster. Jacole Johnson from Raytown South, Sini Beverly from Blue Springs South. A couple of Jaguars on this Missouri roster alongside Jaden Mason from Blue Springs South, Stevie Yancey from Raytown, Sierra Smith from Grandview, Tasia Johnson from Lee Summit West, Maya Blake from Park Hill, Brooklyn Davis from University Academy, Adana Anikwe from St. Pius, Kennedy Townsend from Park Hill, Ashley Hall from St. Pius X, Olivia Reynolds from Staley, Kenzie Mose from Smithville, Ella Moody from St. Joe Central, and Sair Banks from St. Michael's. And we just mentioned it, Steve. You've got teams from Class 4 all the way up to Class 6, but they did grab the elite of the elite from the Missouri side.
Absolutely. It's a reverse process. Chosen to be on this team, and every player here has had a great high school career. Most are going on to play college basketball. So, yes, it's a great collection of talent.
The coaches for the Missouri squad, Alicia Anderson, the head coach from Pembroke Hill, Katrina Jonigan, the head coach at center, Jeff Atkins, from Lincoln Prep, and Stephen Wright, his assistant at Lincoln Prep. And on the Kansas side of the metro area, again, I mentioned they boast the current DiRenna Award winner, Beatrice Colleton from St. Thomas Aquinas. Her teammate, Charlotte O'Keefe from St. Thomas Aquinas, also out there for Team Kansas. Sanaya Simmons from Olathe North, Reagan Halliday from Olathe South, Caroline Kuhl from Blue Valley North, Aubrey Rogers from Olathe East, Harper Schreiner from Eudora, Sanaya Copeland from Olathe North, Sage Grampsis from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Ella Makowitz from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Cameron Ferris from Lansing, Allie Burns and Gabby Henderson Artist, both from Bishop Miege, Emery Zars from Mill Valley, and Tayden Gray from Shawnee Mission West. Of course, Steve, the headliner, someone we were talking about, Beatrice Colleton, won the DiRenna Award last night. She's headed to the University of Oklahoma. You were talking about it. She's never lost a postseason game.
Yeah, that's an amazing statistic when you think about it. Never lost a postseason game, which means she has 4 state titles in a row. That's just impressive. She's a great player. I had the pleasure of watching her play in a tournament this year, and then the practice just a couple nights ago. She's fantastic.
Some of those other names on the Kansas side, we mentioned the 2 Stags, Gabby Henderson Artist, Allie Burns, both of them 2-time state champions. The head coaches for the Kansas side, Casey Simmons is the head coach at Lansing. His assistant, Jason Floki, is over at Lansing as well. Mike Allen is the head coach at Olathe South, and Nikki Hoffman is the assistant over there at Olathe South. On this Kansas side, I know we talked about the talent on the Missouri side. This Kansas side obviously boasts a ton of talent as well. A lot of next-level players, really not only on the Kansas side, but both sides, but especially on that Kansas side, a ton of next-level talent.
Yeah, Kennedy Townsend signed with Creighton. If I'm not mistaken, they made it to the Sweet 16 and lost to South Carolina, who's the eventual national champions. And, Creighton's a fantastic basketball team, coached by Jim Flannery. There's a lot of talent, a lot of kids who will go on to play at the next level.
The starters for both teams for Kansas, it's going to be Reagan Holiday in the backcourt from Olathe South. Aubrey Rogers from Olathe East joins her. Ella Makowitz from Shawnee Mission Northwest will be at the 3. Cameron Ferris will be at the 4. And Allie Burns inside from Bishop Miege. And on the other side, the starting 5 for the state of Missouri. Jacole Johnson from Raytown South. Jaden Mason from Blue Springs South. Sierra Smith from Grandview. She was a DiRenna finalist. Ashley Hall from St. Pius X. And Sair Banks from St. Michael's. Kansas will be in the red. Missouri will be in the black. Obviously, it's an all-star format. We're going to have a running clock, 12-minute quarters. They're trying to have fun. We're going to be able to see the entire benches empty out. But there's also a competitive component to this game. I mean, you're playing the best players in the metro area.
Absolutely. Both, they want to win. They want to represent their side of the state line. Most of these girls know each other, not only from school basketball, from summer basketball as well. It's kind of a bragging rights game.
Underway, the officials tonight, Cheryl Paul, Connor Hauselrig, and Vetta Manning for the women's game, and it is Kansas that controls the opening tip of the DiRenna All-Star Game just underway. Plenty of action for you tonight from Shawnee Mission South High School. And Aubrey Rogers is bumped on her drive.
At the line,
Aubrey Rogers will head to the line from Olathe East, headed to Mid-America Nazarene Local School just down the road in Olathe. Averaged 15.5 points a game for Olathe East to go along with 5 boards, 2.5 steals as well.
Yeah, she'll be playing for John Lewis at Mid-America and be playing for Natalie Knight Johnson, who played in this game herself.
Just underway and a good crowd on hand. Going to continue to file in throughout the evening here at Shawnee Mission South. And back the other way comes Missouri. That's Mason attacking. Couldn't flip it up and in. Open 3, top of the key will fall for Kennedy Townsend. The decorated guard from Park Hill.
So he picks up where she left off at Park Hill, knocking down that 3.
A very good Park Hill squad this season. And it was one of the more athletic starting fives in Class 6.
Yeah, Coach Neeser does a great job at Park Hill. They had a fantastic ball club.
Rogers nearly got it poked away. Kansas will hang on to it. Catch and shoot three. Makowitz, that is long. But an offensive rebound. Allie Burns got it stripped away.
Nice block.
Townsend trying to go to work on the baseline. Another open three. This time it's Jaden Mason from Blue Springs South.
Mason, that was a nice catch and shoot from the three.
She was All-State in Missouri Class 6. Part of that team that finished third in Class 6 this year. Came up short in the Class 6 semifinal round, but took home the third place title. And back running is Team Missouri. This one well off the mark from Townsend. She thought she'd try it again.
Got to get that heat check in.
This one left short. And you imagine the official's going to let him play a little bit. We've seen a little bit of a physical style early on as Allie Burns, the forward from Bishop Miege, finishes. And there's an answer right back. Second three for Jaden Mason.
Jaden's feeling it right now. Yeah, the officials will let him get up and down the floor, get a little flow to the All-Star game, you know.
That's what you want.
Absolutely.
And here comes our first line change of the evening. Missouri rolls 15 deep on this All-Star squad.
Number 15, Johnson. Number 5,
And they work their 5 off the bench 3.5 minutes in to this opening quarter from Shawnee Mission South. Tasia Johnson, the board from Lee Summit West, headed to Daytona State next year. She's got it right now on the wing. Good kick, another open three. Missouri has bottomed out 4 threes already in this first quarter.
Missouri's a little bit smaller, and that might be what they have to do to win this game tonight, but we sure are shooting three well so far.
Stevie Yancey drills it from Raytown. She averaged 9 points a game this year. Headed to Garden City Community College. With the left, wouldn't fall from Emery Zars. And back the other way comes Missouri. They'll try another three. Oh, that one wouldn't rattle home. First rebound for Culleton. Going to work. Hey, it might be an all-star game, but she is going to play every game fundamentally sound. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Culleton has one speed, and that's all out. She plays hard all the time. She played hard warming up.
Her and her Aquinas teammate, Charlotte O'Keefe, on the floor halfway through this opening quarter. They're going to work it to Culleton through a double team. She left it short. Her teammate couldn't clean it up. How about one more try?
Yeah, the Kansas team's kind of gone big right now with those Aquinas posts, and that could be a problem for the Missouri squad right now.
I mean, this was a problem all year for 5A opponents and EKL opponents, and even in an all-star game, yes, that's a mismatch.
Well, the thing is, they both run well.
Yeah.
You can have guards on the floor and think you're going to run up and down on them, but they can run.
Again, Culleton, the DiRenna Award winner, throws it away here, but it's going to stay with Kansas. She's headed to the University of Oklahoma, and we were talking about Charlotte O'Keefe, her running mate. She's headed to Rio Grande Valley, so they had 2 D1 post players on that Aquinas team that we were talking about. Rolled to 3 straight state titles. They had the COVID year, of course, but nothing but success for the Saints.
Yeah, Charlotte O'Keefe is going to Rio Grande Valley to play for one of my favorite college coaches, Lane Lord. He was a high school coach in Wichita. Then he went to Pittsburgh State, now to Rio Grande Valley. She'll have a great time there. He's a fantastic coach. She'll be a perfect fit for his program.
Back over to Missouri. Inside 6 minutes to go in a quick-moving first quarter where Missouri has been living outside of the arc. Dropping bombs from deep early on. That's Anikwe from St. Pius X, earning a trip to the line. Anikwe averaged 12 and 6 this year for St. Pius.
Foul's going to be on number 45, O'Keefe. That's her first, team foul number 1. 2 shots.
I think in these All-Star games, players welcome these fouls once in a while just to get a blow.
And no kidding, I'm sure the officials want to catch their breath too.
Absolutely.
Running up and down in a fast-paced opening quarter from Shawnee Mission South High School. Sanaya Simmons, she's headed to Lincoln University.
Yeah, she broke her school record with steals at Olathe North. Super quickness and great defensive instincts.
Catch and shoot. Got it again. This time, it's Sania Beverly from Blue Springs South. And Missouri is lighting it up.
They are lighting it up from three. Shooting with confidence. It's kind of like hitting in baseball. It seems to be contagious.
Kansas with a bit of a line change out of that quick timeout. A whistle and a foul. And they're going to call that. They're going to keep that on the ground. But it was Tayden Gray, the Drake commit from Shawnee Mission West, that got bumped and fouled. Harper Schreiner, she was a lot of fun to watch this year. Here's a catch and shoot that won't go. And back the other way comes Missouri. Tough take. Oh, Johnson got hammered, but Jacole Johnson will go to the line, headed for Johnson County Community College next year.
Yeah, she'll be playing for Ben Conrad. He has one of the best junior college programs in the area. She'll get better there and have a chance to play at the Division I level.
And it's a program that is very good. When you talk about JUCOs, JCCC has had a lot of success the last few years, and they do a great job of putting kids into bigger programs out of that system.
Absolutely. Ben does a great job of growing them, and then they win games, and that brings attention from those programs.
Harper Schreiner just got her first 2 of the game for Kansas. And I mentioned she was a lot of fun to call. I actually had the privilege of calling the 4A state tournament. Harper Schreiner willed Eudora all the way to the state championship game, and they took on Miege, which was an absolute juggernaut. Miege was tossing teams by 40 points. Harper Schreiner kept Eudora in that state championship game until the fourth quarter. She's headed to Pitt State next year. She's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, she's quick, very athletic, obviously plays hard. She'll be a great fit there with Amanda Davey to Pitt State.
Schreiner, the offensive rebound, keeps this possession alive for Kansas, and it's going to end with this whistle. Sanaya Copeland through traffic, another member of that really good Olathe North team.
Yeah, she's headed to Wisconsin next year. Going to be in Power 5 conference in the Big Ten. She's a fantastic high school player.
She'll try a 3. And there she is again. Harper Schreiner, another offensive board. She'll try the 3, couldn't get it. Called her a number after pulling down another offensive rebound. She almost comes away with a steal in the backcourt. Hey, she's got a motor.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's a little full court press there by Kansas. These teams are playing hard.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. I mean, we mentioned the competitive asset of this game, and it seems like in this first quarter they are getting after it.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of effort. There's defense being played.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, they're playing hard.
Yeah, right on cue with a steal, leaks out. into a Tatum Gray fast break layup. We're inside 30 seconds. Step back. Johnson couldn't connect. Another rebound for Schreiner. Hey, she might have 10 rebounds in the first half.
Yes.
The way she's going. Corner three. Won't go. Inside 10 seconds. All the way to the rack. Olivia Reynolds from Staley.
Nice move. She played through contact there to get that bucket.
Schreiner to beat the horn. Didn't go. And we're at the end of one. A fun, fast-paced opening quarter of the DiRenna All-Star Game. Missouri a 6-point advantage as we head for break on 810varsity.com.
Need a new grill? Academy Sports and Outdoors is the destination for all your outdoor cooking needs. With our huge range of pre-assembled grills and smokers, plus seasonings and fuels, just buy online at academy.com and pick up in-store quickly with our free in-store assembly. So you can keep those grilling plans with the ones you love. Shop now at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Don't trust the biggest investment of your life to a part-time real estate agent. Trust the #1 real estate team in Kansas and Missouri, the Rob Ellerman team at Reese Nichols. With over 90 agents and 5 offices across the metro, they'll match you up with the perfect agent to get you moving with confidence. They cover the entire metro area, from Lee Summit to the Northland to Johnson County. They also have offices in Des Moines and Springfield, Missouri, and Destin, Florida, if you know of someone looking to move. The Rob Ellerman team truly is your real estate resource. Call anytime at 816-304-4434 or visit therobellermanteam.com. The Rob Ellerman team, a proud supporter of Kansas City Metro High School athletics.
Inside Shawnee Mission South High School's gymnasium. Here is a drive that's stripped away. 18-12 after a quarter. Missouri taking a lot of threes in that first quarter. They took 8 of them, but they converted 4 of them. 50% from beyond the arc. And Beatrice Culleton, 2 quick points.
That's what Kansas wants to do, play in the paint. Missouri's going from behind the arc, but if Kansas can throw it into Culleton, they'll be successful.
Oh, a 5th three for Missouri. This time it's Sierra Smith, the future Mule, connecting from deep. Culleton attacking through contact, threw it up, and earned a trip to the free throw line.
Beatrice Colton at the free throw line. That was going to be on number 32.
And you might hear it out of the backside of our broadcast. The Kansas coaching staff doing some coaching in the All-Star Game, trying to draw up an inbounds play early on second quarter. O'Keefe banging inside and going to the line.
They're trying to run a little high-low there between O'Keefe and Culleton. O'Keefe put it on the floor.
45, Shire Banks, that's her first team foul.
We were talking earlier about Charlotte. She's a member of the 1,000-pound club at St. Thomas Aquinas, where she pushed 1,000 pounds on a sled.
And you and I were talking about, I'm not sure if we had a car help us that you and I could do that with the assistance.
No, that would have to be a wheeled sled going downhill.
You're not wrong. Both free throws for O'Keefe. Again, headed to Rio Grande Valley next year. A lot of these players headed to bigger programs next season. O'Keefe clears the board. Back comes Kansas. Culleton. No problem. And the two Saints are starting to get rolling in this second quarter.
It was a nice look by Sanaya Simmons down the floor there. Great pass.
Kansas has 6 points in the quarter, all from O'Keefe and Culleton. Zars dribbled into traffic and traveled. Both coaches up doing some coaching here in the second quarter. And in an all-star game, I mean, it can't be easy. It's not like you have a lot of time with this team. How much coaching goes into a game like this?
You know, You're right. It's hard. You can't really put in offense and defense, really. But you are, you talk to them about spacing and pace and, things of that nature.
Ashley Hall drills that three.
Is that 6 for Missouri?
Yeah, that's their 6th three so far. And there she is again, Beatrice Culleton. Another one. She's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, she's going to be tough for Missouri to guard. They really don't have a player of that size.
Oh, the blow-by, but couldn't finish. An offensive rebound, and the bunny
Sanaya
couldn't
Simmons
finish.
is really pushing for Kansas, too. She's kind of pushing the pace and helping to get O'Keefe and Culleton the ball.
That lead has been trimmed to 4, though, even though an empty trip, and that should be a carry, and it is. And here comes a couple of line changes from Kansas and Missouri. Yeah, this is turned into a real game here all of a sudden. It's no longer just an all-star game. We're jacking up threes. I mean, they are getting after it. They're trying to get out on the break. They're trying to apply on-ball pressure, force turnovers. This one's getting fun in the second quarter.
Absolutely. It's been very competitive. Girls have played hard, competed hard.
Oh, backdoor look was there. But just a miscommunication as that one goes out of bounds back over to Missouri. Missouri has drilled 6 threes in this first half. Here's a tough runner. But again, you mentioned a little bit of a lack of size for Missouri has sort of forced them beyond the arc. Here's a good backdoor look. Unable to finish in close was Kenzie Mose.
And Missouri shot the 3 well, but they've also gotten a lot of paint touches off the dribble. If they can finish a few more of those, they would extend this lead. But they've played to their size and played well.
And that's another thing. I mean, we were talking about the coaching aspect, but you got to remember that these players are all pretty good basketball minds too.
Yeah, they know how to play. They don't need a lot of instruction. They know how to get a teammate open. They know how to get floor spacing. That's why they're in this game.
Runner won't bank home, but an offensive rebound. Halliday will hit it just inside the free throw line. Reagan Halliday headed for Southern Illinois. She was second team all 6A this year.
Nice left-handed pull-up.
Jump ball is going to go back over to Kansas, and Kansas can tie or take the lead on this possession. Missouri has held Kansas at really an arm's distance for most of this first half, but this is a big possession for Kansas in this first half.
Missouri hasn't hit a 3 for a while, giving Kansas a chance to get back in it.
Meanwhile, Kansas really hasn't looked for a lot of threes. Here's one that won't fall, but an offensive rebound. Oh, I take that back, and over the back is going to give it back over to Missouri.
Calls on Kansas number 30, Allie Burns. That's her first, team foul number 4.
A really good crowd on the home side of the gym behind us, and a really good sized crowd on the away side. It is filled out here at Shawnee Mission South. Speaking of filling out, that's the 7th 3 on the scorebook for Missouri.
Tasia Johnson with that one from about 22 feet.
She averaged nearly 18 points a game in Class 6 for Lee Summit West this season. Here's a takeaway inside. Trying to keep it alive. It goes right to Allie Burns, and she gets bumped. Allie Burns, a 2-time state champion at Bishop Miege, won it this year. Here's a takeaway. An Ikwe, body to body, couldn't get the and one, but she earns the foul in transition.
Ikwe at the free throw line.
Once again, we talked about how hard the girls were playing. That was a great defensive play. Got it in the passing lane and then chased down that loose ball. 10 on, 10 off
Full line changes for both teams. Again, they both roll 15 players deep. That's probably what you'll continue to see throughout the evening. Johnson, little runner in the lane. Couldn't get the friendly bounce. Henderson Artis spinning into the lane with the left hand. Oh, that is a pretty finish for the Stag. Gabby Henderson Artis.
That's a great drive.
She played a critical role in that state championship run this season for Bishop Miege.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now she's got it in transition. She's got 4 quick points off the bench.
Yeah, that drive with the left hand was a really nice spin move.
Headed for Washburn next year. Oh, a deep step back 3. Missouri still pulling the trigger from distance. Here's a 3 on the other side that doesn't fall. Another steal. Harper Schreiner making the hustle plays in the All-Star game.
Kansas leads for the first time in the game.
Johnson going to the line. Hey, I like her game. Only 5'3", but in the limited time that we've seen her tonight, Nicole Johnson has a knack for creating space off the dribble.
Yeah, she can get to the paint about any time. She breaks her defender down off the dribble and gives a paint touch about any time she wants one. Kind of notice her free throws here. She shoots kind of off center.
I was noticing that earlier.
She shoots closer to that left elbow. It's interesting, but she shoots them well. Hey, you make them.
Yeah, she's standing about 2 feet away from that left elbow.
Yeah.
About a 2 feet gap away from the center line of the free throw line. Average 13 for Raytown South. Here's a turnover.
Yeah, Raytown South had a great season this year. She was their leader. They had a great season this year, one of the best seasons Raytown South's had in a long time.
Blake works it into the hands of Johnson again. Johnson off balance, and Harper Schreiner another rebound. And up ahead, Grampus spinning into traffic. They kick. Copeland, a 3 is good. Sanaya Copeland.
You knew she was going to heat up. She missed her first couple, but she's a great shooter. You knew it was coming.
You mentioned going to play Big Ten basketball for the Badgers next year.
Yeah, going to play in a Power 5 school, Big Ten conference. She'll play against great teams in front of big crowds.
Has batted around a couple of times and nearly a turnover in the backcourt, but able to keep it alive as Grampus. Copeland couldn't finish with the left hand, a little bit of contact. Missouri trying to stop the bleeding on the other side. They will. As Amaya Blake headed to Missouri St. Louis next year. We're inside 20 seconds to go in this first half. An exciting second quarter where Kansas has retaken the lead. Grampus off balance, couldn't finish. A takeaway. Henderson Artis to beat the horn. Oh. She got it. Gabby Henderson Artis from about 35 feet to end the first half.
She had about 7 points during the last 3 or 4 minutes, didn't she?
What a turnaround for Kansas as they head to the locker room up 4. Henderson Artis throwing up a highlight before we go to the locker room. A short halftime. We're going to take a break, catch our breath real quick. It is the DiRenna All-Star Game on 810varsity.com.
Hometown Ticketing makes it fast and easy to buy tickets on your school's website or in the new Hometown Fan app. It's simple. Just search for your school, buy your tickets, and they'll be right there in your account, ready to be scanned when you get to your event. Download the Hometown Fan app today.
Presented to the most outstanding high school basketball female and male players in the greater Kansas City area. Beatrice Culleton. Beatrice is from St. Thomas Aquinas. She led her team to a 23-2 record and their 6th consecutive Kansas 5A state championship. During her 4 years with the Saints, she never lost in a game in the postseason. She is a 2-time DiRenna finalist and averaged 15.3 points, 8.9 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.4 steals per game this season. Culleton received numerous postseason honors, including being named the EKL Player and Kansas 5A Player of the Year, 5A Tournament MVP, Kansas All-Class First Team, and A-10 Varsity All-Metro First Team. She will play at the University of Oklahoma next season. Our next winner is Aiden Shaw. Aiden is from Blue Valley. He averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 3.5 blocks this season. He was named a member of the Kansas All-State Top 5 team and has received several other recognitions, including All-Conference, All-State, All Classes by Sports in Kansas, First Team All-KCHS Hoops, and First Team A-10 Varsity All-Metro. Most recently, he won the National High School Dunk Contest that was held in New Orleans as part of the 2022 Final Four. A top 75 ranked recruit of the 2022 class, Shaw has been committed to the University of Missouri. Congratulations, Aiden Shaw. Once again, please join me in congratulating these players for their recognition as the top high school female and male players in the Kansas City area.
Welcome back inside Shawnee Mission South. They were just recognizing, of course, the 2 DiRenna Award winners, Aiden Shaw from Blue Valley, and someone we've been talking about quite a bit, Steve, Beatrice Culleton. 8 points in that first half, kind of showing you why she's the DiRenna Award winner.
Yeah, you know, you get limited minutes in an all-star game. She's their leading scorer with 8 points and all over the offensive glass and, you know, creating a lot of space for herself in the paint. She's fantastic.
And if you heard it over the loudspeaker, they were starting to run down some of her accolades. She was the 5A Player of the Year. She was the Player of the Year in the A-10 Varsity Metro. And again, the DiRenna Award winner, but a 3-time state champion at St. Thomas Aquinas. It didn't matter who she played against. She was getting hers, 15 a game to go along with 9 rebounds, again, headed for Oklahoma. And she's out there to start this second half as she disrupts this shot. And a travel is going to keep it with Missouri. Looking at that stats, or some of those stats at halftime, Missouri 7 of 13 from beyond the arc, but shots inside the arc, they were just 3 of 13.
Well, I think Kansas has the height advantage.
Oh, yeah.
They're making those drives are pretty tough twos.
Speaking of size, 2 more for Beatrice Colleton.
You know, Sanaya Simmons is doing a great job of finding her on the break.
And a quick answer for Kennedy Townsend. Hey, she was a 2-time finalist for the DiRenna Award. Here's a 3. That'll fall. Why not? Caroline Cole from Blue Valley North.
Play for Ann Fritz there at Blue Valley North, which automatically means she's a player that's going to play hard and play well.
Cool the board. The outlet to Culleton. Hey, she's got 12 points in the All-Star game.
You know, she rim runs so well, and those guards are finding her in transition.
And a 9-point lead opened up all of a sudden for Kansas. And Missouri's going to have to zero in from beyond the arc again. They led most of the way in that first half, remember. They haven't trailed much in this game.
Yeah, they cooled off a little bit from 3, and that has given Kansas a chance to get back in it. That's a nice spin move.
Johnson couldn't finish. Oh, here's a takeaway. Mason hanging around. Offensive rebound. One more try for Missouri, but O'Keefe alters the shot back the other way. Kansas. This one hammered out of bounds by Townsend.
Yeah, O'Keefe and Colton are doing such a great job right now of rim running, you know, running the floor well, and then Sanaya Simmons is kind of pushing the pace and finding him in transition.
Townsend creates that turnover. We were mentioning it in the first half, headed to Creighton next year. Off balance, falling away. Townsend chases down the offensive board. She'll fire. And they're going to say she carried before she got rid of it.
Yeah, Townsend has a motor. That was a great rebound.
She was all-state in Missouri Class 6 this year with Park Hill.
Yeah, well-deserved. They had a great season under Coach Neeser, and she's their catalyst.
Foul call is going to send Emery Zars, the guard from Mill Valley, to the line, committed to William Jewell. Going to head down the road. Honorable mention, 5A All-State with Mill Valley. Off balance, Townsend another rebound. It was a good job to get free, but unable to finish was Mason.
Yeah, hard to turn corners on Simmons. She's quick.
Colleton, another board. Beatrice Colleton couldn't finish in front of the basket. Johnson, a deep 3. And Missouri has gone cold out of halftime. But hey, remedy for that might be a full line change. 10 new players on the floor as we approach halfway through this third quarter.
I think when O'Keefe and Colton are on the bench is when Missouri's going to have to make their run.
Hey, you're not wrong. Kansas loses a lot of size when the two Saints head off the floor. Makowitz couldn't hit from the baseline. Back the other way comes Missouri, trying to work in to that 9-point lead, but a steal. Cameron Ferris poked it away from Lansing High School. She's got it up front. Here's a 3 from the wing. And Missouri struggling to find any offense in this third quarter. That's well off.
Yeah, Missouri's kind of gone cold from the 3, and that's kind of been the majority of their offense up to this point.
Getting outscored 7-2 so far in this third quarter. Remember, it was just a 4-point game at halftime, but that has ballooned to a 9-point Kansas lead. Step back, Beverly can't hit that either. They were shooting 58% from 3 in the first half.
Yeah, you had to figure that wouldn't continue.
They haven't hit any of them so far in this third quarter. Good pump from the baseline, rims in and out. Neither team knocking down shots in this third quarter.
Foul on Kansas, number 30. Allie Burke, that's her second, team foul number 2.
I wonder if some of that's fatigue. You know, they're 2 or 3 weeks out from their season now and might not be in quite game shape that they used to be in.
Might be time to start finding that game shape again. We were talking about it. It is impressive when you look up and down these rosters how many of these players are headed for programs next year, all the way from the JUCO to the major Division I level.
It is. It's impressive. You know, Kansas City has good girls basketball, and a lot of these kids will be moving on to the next level and will play critical roles on their teams.
But again, Kansas City is becoming a little bit of a treasure for some of the better recruits in the country. This 3 goes for Aubrey Rogers, the future MNU Pioneer. Averaged 15 a game for Olathe East. And this one is knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Kansas, as that one careened off of Sini Beverly's knee.
Great job, girls.
Yeah, Kansas City, we were just mentioning it, has started to produce some headline-grabbing recruits. We were talking off the air about Veerholst from Miege last year, one of the best players in the nation. She was a 5-star recruit, played for that Louisville team that made the Final Four, and now they produce a couple of more headline-grabbing, big-name recruits this year.
Well, yeah, right now, Copeland with the ball going to Wisconsin.
Oh, what a move! Somehow throwing it up and in through a double team. Sanaya Copeland going to the line. Oh, they're not going to call it in the act. Oh, they robbed her the and one.
It's an all-star game. It's got to be an and one.
Well, you were just talking about her, though. She's going to be a future Badger.
Yeah, she's going, Power 5, playing for Wisconsin in the Big Ten. I mean, that's, it doesn't get much better than that.
Couldn't hit the 3. She was still looking for the 3-point play, whether or not the official was going to give it to her. Here, she pokes it away. Oh, a great dish in transition. Henderson Artist 2 more. She was the one that beat the horn in the first half, and Henderson Artist has got 9. Deep 3. Second chance opportunity for Missouri. That comes up empty as well. A good steal from behind by Brooklyn Davis, and now she turns it right back over. "13-point Kansas lead. Approaching the end of this third quarter. Pull up from the free throw line.
And Missouri just can't get a shot to fall right now. Stevie Yancey pushing again.
We're kind of contrasting halves right now. In the first half, it was very competitive. It looked like a real basketball game out there, but this one, a bit of a more all-star feel in this third quarter.
Well, I do think it comes down to some conditioning. A lot of these kids, if they're not running track, they're about 3 weeks out from their season. They're not, if they haven't started playing travel ball yet, they're probably starting to show a little fatigue.
And you would imagine that a few of them are, taking the foot off the gas a little bit, because like we were saying, a lot of them headed for programs next year where the intensity just ratchets up from here on in their careers. Here's an and one opportunity. Tayden Gray will go to the line.
But Tayden's going to play at Drake, and that's a fantastic major conference. Allison Pullman took over when Jenny Beresnick went to Oklahoma, but they've just continued to win, and one of the more higher scoring programs in the country. They get them down the floor and shoot it. She'll have a good time there.
Gray completes the three-point play. Townsend scooping it in. A pretty move from the Park Hill Trojan.
By number 30, Kennedy Townsend, all-star play.
Baseline layup wouldn't fall. Well, crossover and a runner banking it in is Amaya Blake.
All-star number 20, Amaya Blake.
Corner three. And Tayden Gray all of a sudden with 6 quick points is heating up.
And that's exactly how Drake plays and exactly why Drake signed her right there. Run, spot up, and shoot.
She's got length at 6'1".
Yes.
And she was a weapon for that Shawnee Mission West team. Nearly averaged a double-double, 13 points, 9.5 boards a game.
At the end of the third, Kansas leads Missouri.
We are at the end of 3. Kansas took a 4-point halftime lead and exploded it into a 15-point lead as we head for the 4th. Don't go anywhere. It's the DiRenna All-Star Game on 810varsity.com.
Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. That's NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. And get ready for winter.
From Shawnee Mission South High School of the DiRenna All-Star Game. A fun night. Still a lot in store for us. Catch and shoot 3, around and down. As the guard from Blue Valley North, Caroline Cool, adds 3 more. The men to follow this one. And it's going to be a quick turnaround. They only have about a 10-minute warm-up period before the men get going. Oh, 3 for Missouri real quick in the first 3 of this second half.
Tasia Johnson, maybe that'll get this Missouri squad started again from the three-point line.
15 points, a big deficit, but when you're talking about an all-star squad, if anyone can shoot their way out of it, seems like it's this Missouri team. And here's a rebound.
There'll be plenty of possessions and plenty of shots go up. They'll have a chance to get back in it.
How about an open 3? Wouldn't fall. Johnson was looking for another quick one. Dunk contest will come up at halftime. Oh, Townsend swipes it away, but the dunk contest will be at halftime of the men's game. And this place is really filled out with the men's game on tap now. Corner 3. That is good. Sanaya Simmons buries it.
You know, Sanaya Simmons picks her spot. She's a pure point guard. She does a great job running the offense and finding open players. When she gets those puppies set, she can shoot.
A little bit undersized. Headed to Lincoln U, 5'1", but as she is a knockdown shooter. She was honorable mention in 6A in the state of Kansas this year. She's quickly into the front court right in front of us.
She comes from a very athletic family. Her dad, Sam Simmons, was a long jump champion and state champion in high school and played football at Northwestern and played professionally, I believe, for the Miami Dolphins.
Not a bad lineage.
No.
She's got it here. Oh, and a great dish. And one.
That's what she does best. She finds open players, but she can hit the open shot.
Emery Zars, who did average a double-double for Mill Valley this year, a chance for a three-point play. We've talked about her a couple of times, but staying in town, headed for William Jewell, honorable mention 5A. Averaged 19 points, 11 rebounds in 5A Kansas. That is tough.
Hard to average a double-double.
It is at any level, but doing it in 5A is even more impressive. A push underneath. Kansas' lead has swelled to 20.
I'll tell you what else is hard. You know, she does that in that EKL league with Bishop Liège and St. Thomas Aquinas and some very good Blue Valley teams. It's tough place to earn a double-double.
Well, the EKL boasted the state champions in 4A, 5A, and 6A this year.
Yes, a decent league.
Yeah, you would say they're all right. They know what they're doing. So to put up those numbers against that competition is sort of a resume all in itself. Simmons trying to chase down her miss, unable to save it. And here come those line changes. Might be the last time we see the DiRenna Award winner on the floor tonight as Culleton heads off along with the rest of our Kansas teammates, and 5 from Missouri head off. But now that we're inside 8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, everyone's got to hit the floor one more time, and for those 10, it might be the last time on the floor tonight. Deep three doesn't go. Makowitz through contact. Probably could have been a foul call, but in an 18-point game, not enough to warrant the whistle. Well, there it is. And a free throw chance coming. Tasia Johnson back to the line.
Number 12, Kansas. Rogers, that's her first. Team foul number 5. 2 shots.
Cheryl Paul called it a foul. It was a foul. She's one of the most senior officials in the Metro, and just a great professional. I love her.
Cheryl Paul alongside Connor Hazelrig and Vetta Manning, your officiating crew for this women's game. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, just want to give them one more shout out before this women's game wraps up. We're going to have a different crew for the men's game. But more importantly, want to thank them for being a part of this DiRenna All-Star game. This wouldn't fall either. Nearly a turnover in the backcourt. Tough baseline drive, wouldn't fall. And back the other way comes Missouri. They've got numbers if they push. Instead, a turnover is going to give it back to Kansas. Missouri has only scraped together 15 points in this second half.
Yeah, 58% from the three in the first half, and then there was kind of a lid on the bucket in the second half. And it's been hard for them to score anywhere but from the three-point line.
Straight away, a lot of contact as Makowitz hit the floor real hard in front of us.
Should be shooting 3.
At the line, shooting 3.
Missouri, we talked about it. They were 53% from beyond the arc in that first half. They were 0 for 6 from 3 in the third quarter. And that's when Kansas went on that big run. And what was a 4-point lead is turned into 20 at points. And from the free throw line, with 3 free throws coming up, it can turn into a 20-point lead once again.
Yeah, they started off 0 for 6 from the 3, and it was hard to get to the rim because O'Keefe and Culleton were both in the game, and just hard to score. And Kansas, hit shots early.
And that's sort of a microcosm of what made St. Thomas Aquinas so tough to beat, is when you had those two on the floor at the same time. Teams were forced to come out of their comfort zone and had to live and die by the 3 ball. And that's what they did to Team Missouri tonight. Another line change for Kansas.
Great job, girls.
And you would imagine that will be the final substitution for Kansas of the game as we're about to creep inside 4 minutes. Copeland has had a great game to this point.
It's a great move. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Oh, Harper Schreiner. Gosh, she's been a lot of fun to watch tonight. She has grabbed a lot of loose balls, come up with a few steals, collects a block in transition there. She's 3 for 5 from the field, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a block now for Harper Schreiner, making the effort plays in the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's understandable how Eudora had such a great season with Harper leading them.
And that was a team, again, where she had to carry the load. I mentioned it. I was in Salina for that 4A state tournament and got to see Harper Schreiner deal in person. She averaged 18 points a game, 9 rebounds, and she was the main reason why they were right there with Miege in the state championship. Miege was, by all regards, the best team in the state of Kansas this year.
Absolutely.
Regardless of class. And Harper Schreiner willed her Eudora squad into the fourth quarter with Miege.
Yeah, no, you can see with the effort she plays with and her skill level, you can see how she could do that. She's fantastic. She'll be a great fit next year at Pittsburgh.
She shattered all sorts of records at Eudora, averaged nearly 5 steals a game as well. And she's collected some steals here in the All-Star game.
Yeah, she competes on both ends.
Yeah.
Missouri, number 42. Kinsey Mose.
Missouri's going a little full court press here. See if they can close this gap.
From the baseline, that one is good for Gabby Henderson-Artis.
Henderson-Artis has been very productive in this game, too.
Yeah.
She's been very efficient.
She's in double digits now.
Yes, she's been really effective in her minutes.
Henderson-Artis headed for Washburn next year. On the break, good job to avoid a defender, and Ella Moody, the guard from St. Joe Central, headed to Northwest Missouri State, is into the scorebook. Stop and pop, goes around the rim and off. Kansas looking to add more to it. Schreiner, another rebound. Wanted to gather 2 more rebounds.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sage Grampsis buries another.
How many times do offensive rebounds turn into made threes? A lot.
And we've been singing the praises of Harper Schreiner. She's only 5'8", but she's got 7 rebounds in the All-Star game.
Kansas really getting out running now.
2 more for Henderson-Artis. And the Kansas side putting on a clinic here in this second half. A trip to the line coming for Yancey.
And Missouri tried to throw up some full court pressure, but it's hard to full court press in games like this because the players are so good.
Yeah.
And you spread out the floor, and then immediately Kansas turns it into an open 3.
Well, and we were talking about the basketball IQ of these players as well.
Yeah, it's just much harder to press in a game like this because the IQs are so high, the skill level's so high.
We roll inside a minute. Only a couple possessions remain in the women's All-Star game. Kansas with a second half explosion is going to take it this year. Townsend running the floor, got it poked away. But Yancey over there to keep it alive. Townsend will fire. And she'll end up with 2 after the offensive rebounds.
Nice pass by Ella Moody.
Copeland, a deep 3. Doesn't get the roll inside 15 seconds. Townsend, 2 more, is going to take us to the finish line. Kansas, a 21-point victory over Missouri. It was a 4-point lead at halftime before the side from the Kansas side takes control, and they roll to a 21-point victory rather over Team Missouri, but less about the final score and more about being able to run it with some of the best players in the area. This one really turned into an all-star game in the second half, but absolutely the talent on both sides on full display.
Oh, yeah, the girls had a great time. They played hard, got to play against some of the best players in the Metro, and, they represented themselves well.
It was a fun one, especially for the Kansas side. Beatrice Colleton had herself a game. About to be handed these final stats, and we'll tell you what Beatrice Colleton ended up with. 14 points. Henderson Artis scores 12 to help lead Kansas. On the other side for Missouri, Townsend led all scorers with 11, and 7 as well for Tasia Johnson from the Missouri side. But it is a 73-52 final. And again, this was the last time that these players will get to lace them up at the high school level. They did it against some of the best players in the area. But again, like we were mentioning, bigger and brighter things ahead for these girls. Should be fun to watch them develop down the line.
Absolutely. I think they'll move on to the next level and represent the Kansas City area well. And it'll be fun to watch them all as they progress through college.
The women's game is in the books, but we keep rolling from Shawnee Mission South. The DiRenna All-Star game, the men's game still to come, and the dunk contest still to come. Don't go anywhere. Men are next on 810varsity.com.
No matter what your goals are, competing at the next level, participating in a local 5K, or leading your team to state, the Sports Medicine Center at Children's Mercy is here to provide comprehensive 360-degree care for student athletes. Performance training, injury prevention, rehab services, nutrition, mental wellness, surgery, and more. It's not just about the next goal or the one after that. It's about supporting a lifetime of sport and helping every student athlete play healthy.
This resort-style backyard and custom home is located in Saddle Ridge Estates in Blue Springs and in the Blue Springs School District. The 1.5-story home offers 5 spacious bedrooms, 6 full and 2.5 baths, and 4 attached garage spaces. Scan the QR code now on your screen or text HBCD to 52187 for more information and photos. That's text HBCD to 52187 for more information and photos. To set up a private showing, call or text now, 816-679-8336. 816-679-8336. Marketed by the Rob Ellerman team at Reese Nichols.
Today, fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. That's NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. And get ready for winter today. Fall is upon us, and so is the
check, check.
All those years been at Christmas?
No, 15 at Summer Christian.
Okay. And I remember we played William Christmas years ago, and Mark Kid was there.
09.
Yeah, those kids were there.
This was my
Played in the South. Gotcha.
Hey, you guys hear me?
I got you.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Check. Yep. Gotcha.
I'm ready. Welcome back inside Shawnee Mission South High School. The DiRenna All-Star Night rolls on. The Kansas women take down the Missouri women, and now the men get ready to tip things off. I am Tim Spurl, joined by former Olathe North coach Jeff Walton and current William Chrisman coach Jake Cates. They're the coaches. They got all the insight. I'm just telling you what's going on. Happy to have you along on 810varsity.com. And guys, it's an all-star format, but obviously we saw it in the girls' game. It was very competitive, expecting something similar here on the guys' tilt.
Yeah, I think anytime you get competitors out here in a situation where there's a lot of fans and wanting to see measure up against some of the other guys that are at the top of the game, they're going to come out and compete.
Absolutely. You want to go out here and have fun and enjoy it, but at some point, just those instincts, your alpha dog instincts come out and you want to win for sure.
Right now, we introduce both teams for you as they say them to you from midcourt. I'll bring them to you right now. First, for the side from the state of Missouri, the head coach is Roger Sturtz. Alongside him, Rob James, Mike Hilbert, and Daryl Carney are the coaches for the Missouri squad. Their team looks like this. Nico Bateman, a guard from Northeast. Jarrett Mueller from Platte County. He was Class 5 All-State this year. Bryson Dean, a guard from Van Horn, averaged 20 a game this year. Miles White, a 6'3 guard from Rockhurst, averaged 14 points a game in Missouri Class 6. Alex Benassi, a guard from Lee Summit. Bennett Sturtz from that really good Liberty team this year that was one of the best teams in the metro area. He averaged 19 a game for that Liberty squad. Cortez Stevenson from center. Dane Hurl from William Chrisman. Luke Stubbs, another player from that Liberty Blue Jay squad. Ike Ezeagu from Blue Springs. You're going to hear his name a lot. He's headed to Iowa State to play football, but one of the best basketball players in the area. Quentin Conley from Pembroke Hill. Kason Mosey from Benton, and Emmanuel Bird from Staley. Which names stand out to you guys from this past season?
I think I'm really excited on the Missouri side to see Ike Ezeagu play. He's one of my favorite players all season long. Such a competitor and such a physical presence.
Yeah, and I didn't really get a chance as much to watch the Missouri side kids, but when I did follow him, he was certainly one of the names because he intrigued me so much because he was not only one heck of a basketball player, but he's going to go out on the gridiron and be a Division I force. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, he's going to line up a defensive end for the Cyclones next year, but we were talking about it. He could very well be a Division I basketball player too, and he wanted to do that, but he chooses to go the football route. On to the other side of the metro, the Kansas team. The coaching staff, Ryan Hintz from Blue Valley West, Don Cameron also from Blue Valley West, and a couple of guys from Shawnee Mission Northwest, David Birch and A.J. Spencer are on the coaching staff for the state of Kansas. Their roster looks like this. Harrison Hughes, the guard from Shawnee Mission South, averaged 15 points a game. Damari Smith, he is going to be in the dunk contest from Shawnee Mission Northwest. He averaged 18 a game. He holds a Rockhurst offer. Sam Ugnashik from Blue Valley West, Trevor McBride from Baser Linwood, Kernan Bundy from Blue Valley North, Trayvon Foster from Kansas City, Washington, where he averaged 19 points and 8 rebounds a game. Mose Downing Rivers from Lawrence Free State, Jerron Briggs from Piper High School, he averaged nearly 20 a game. Avnor Buller from Blue Valley Northwest led that Husky squad with 14.5 points per game. They were the Kansas 6A runner-up this year. Landon Wagler from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Trey Moala from Paola High School, Caden Caberlane from Olathe South, Sam Sommerhalder from St. James Academy, Jack Radigan from Blue Valley West, and the DiRenna Award winner and National Dunk Contest champion, Aiden Shaw from Blue Valley High, and obviously that guy steals a lot of the headlines.
Well, I quit coaching 3 years ago, and I still remember seeing Mose Downing play as a freshman. I haven't seen him play since, so I am really excited because I've heard a lot of buzz about him, and also Aiden Shaw. I saw him at an 8-10 varsity event a couple years ago, and I'm really excited to see how he's developed because clearly, being one of the better players in the state, but also the country, I'm sure he's gotten a lot better.
Shaw recommitted to Missouri just a couple of days ago after committing and decommitting, but then after the regime change decides to stay in Columbia, and he will get the start and he will tip it up for Team Kansas in the red jerseys. They'll go left to right in this first quarter, and Missouri in the black will go right to left. The DiRenna All-Star game, the men's game, is underway from Shawnee Mission South High School.
Got to tell you, this makes me feel a little old here, guys. I look down here and see some of these coaches. David Birch, I've coached against him when he was a player to Olathe East, and A.J. Spencer, he's at Shawnee Mission Northwest. I didn't realize he was going to come out here and have fun, but also feel like an old guy at the same time.
Alex Benassi has already got 4 points, hit the jumper, and he lays it in here.
I tell you, this game promises to be a track meet. There are some athletes on this floor tonight for sure.
Benassi airmails this pass. It's going to stay with Missouri. But, yeah, I mean, you look down both rosters, and you're talking about Division I talent on both sides. Plenty of next-level guys, whether that is the D1 or D2 and NAIA levels, but a lot of next-level guys on display tonight.
Absolutely. Nice pass.
Already 6-0. Miles White, the guard from Rockhurst High School. His first two.
It's always interesting to see in these all-star games what kind of defense these guys are going to play. Is the ball going to move? And so far, it's been really nice.
You know, I think that's one of the things that, going back to the girls' game, I was really impressed with. Both teams really shared the ball. The ball did not get dribbled on. It was passed up the floor a lot.
Alex Benassi has got 6 already, and he's decided to put on a show in this first quarter. Quick answer from Jerron Briggs.
Benassi's a kid that plays 4 sports in high school, so he's a well-rounded athlete.
Long rebound. Here's Aiden Shaw. Tipped around, and it's going to come back over to Missouri.
I remember going back 3 years ago, going all the way back to when Damari was a freshman. I don't think I was ever as shocked on the sideline as a coach to know that a kid was actually a 14-year-old. He was lightning quick, and I tell you what, he's even gotten quicker and better. I can't believe, has he signed somewhere yet, do you know? Damari Smith.
This runner is good. Damari Smith, he only holds the Rockhurst offer currently. And you would imagine if the recruitment is still open that more offers possibly on the way. This 3 is short.
Yeah, I would think so. He's explosive with the ball. Stop on a dime, pull up, and knock down deep shots, and he's got great vision. He's going to be a heck of a player.
This 3 is long.
Good find there. Kansas just having a little trouble knocking shots down early here, but getting good looks.
So we saw in the women's game, Missouri started real hot from beyond the arc. It took a while for Kansas to get going. Jump ball will give it back over to Kansas. Real quickly, the officials tonight, Jeff Zandy, Tim Zandy, and John Dehan.
And Pete Canizero, that is exactly right.
Yeah, they gave us some wrong names there. There is one Zandy at least out on the floor, and I know John's not here tonight.
Yeah, when I saw Pete there, I was like, that's Pete Canizero, so there we go.
Pete's one of my favorites.
He always does he loves to interact with the student sections and stuff like that, so he's a fun guy to be working with on the sideline for sure. He ran by and caught that the perfect time, didn't he?
This 3 doesn't fall, and back the other way, Iziagu. This guy is a phenomenal athlete if you're not familiar with him. He's got it top of the key, and he'll fire away from beyond the arc. Can't hit.
Nice job of defense there by Downing. I tell you, sometimes you wonder also in these all-star games, what level of defense are they going to play? I tell you, the kids are doing a great job of leveling off the ball handler, getting their hands up and contesting at 12 o'clock. If they keep doing this the whole way through, we're going to be in for a treat.
Substitution timeout as a line change for both squads.
What's up, dude?
I got to apologize to the official. It's not my fault they left your name off the list.
In case John Dehan's out there listening, Pete said he's a lot better looking than you.
7-point Missouri lead just underway. And here's
nice.
a steal by Ugnashik. Taking it coast to coast, but can't finish.
The young man bringing the ball up the floor, Bryson Dean, prolific scorer from Van Horn High School. Couple 40-point games this season.
Luke Stubbs, the Liberty Blue Jay, can't find the range from beyond the arc. Slow start from 3 for both teams. Harrison Hughes, he'll tee up from deep and hit it. He averaged 15 a game. He only stands 5'7", but the guard can shoot lights out.
Yeah, he was 51% from behind the arc this year, Coach said. And I tell you what, that is flat stroking it.
Oh,
Stubbs
nobody.
for the layup. The Red Sea defense there.
There's no one in the lane for Luke Stubbs.
Coach was telling me, that number 2 for Shining South, he was a 3-year starter. I remember he came in after like an 0-5 start. They moved him to point guard, and since that time, he's gone as their starter 44-15. The kid's just a winner. Again, he lacks some size, but his heart's huge, and he plays hard, and he can flat stroke the thing. I think he's also 86% free throw shooter.
Somerhalder, count it, and one. The 6'7" forward from St. James will go to the line. Averaged 19 points a game, garnering some NAIA interest. Part of that St. James squad that finished 3rd in 5A this year.
Coach also said you wouldn't notice, but Harrison Hughes can jump up and grab the rim real easy at 5'6", and I think his friends call him Muscle Hamster or something like that. That's his nickname.
I know Coach McFall speaks highly of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, if you're grabbing the rim at 5'6", that is no joke.
Yeah, he's explosive.
Hey, put him in the dunk contest.
Absolutely.
Stepping through defenders, Cortez Stevenson.
That's another Division I football player going to Southeast Missouri to play football next year.
Yeah, this guy's built like a tight end. Stevenson has got a lot of size to him. Again, one of the best basketball players in the metro area. We've already mentioned it, a couple of football players on the floor tonight. And Stevenson, probably another guy that if he wanted to end up playing basketball at the next level, he probably could have. Averaged 24 points a game this year for center. And again, he's got some size to him at 6'5". Oh, pretty spin and thrown away.
Put him on spin cycle. He had it thrown right back at him.
Trey Moala erases that shot.
Kids are getting so good off the bounce anymore. It's I would not want to try and stay in front of one of those rascals on defense.
Mueller, the Platte County guard, kicks into the corner. And now Dean attacks and loses it. Numbers for Kansas.
We just might see that dunk right here. Oh, nope.
Oh! Nearly torn away by Stevenson, but Harrison Hughes, they're going to count it.
Man,
but he did get up there.
Well, he did get up there. Oh, my gosh. Explosive kid.
Hey, they were not lying to us.
No, they were not. I have to give Coach McFall, like, hey, you did not undersell that.
For once.
Oh, shoot.
Open 3. That won't fall, but an offensive rebound. Nico Bateman. He'll try the step back. Left it short.
Again, nice contest there. This is a chance, for some kids, if they're unsigned or unnoticed, I'm sure they're getting some attention. Oh, nice little Euro step there.
Dane Hurl, that's my guy.
Is that your guy?
That's my guy.
Did you teach him that Euro step?
I did not.
Oh, my goodness.
I tried to get him to stop doing that Euro step.
And look at it, paid off for him in an all-star game. What does Coach know?
Good move there. I love the kids playing off of 2 feet as much as possible, but absolutely good finish there by Dane.
Yeah.
Dane Hurl averaged 19 a game for you. How much of a luxury was it having him on your roster?
Dane was our leader. He's a warrior. Another kid going to play football at the next level. But one of the most fierce competitors I have ever had in my 20 years of coaching.
In transition,
Nice
quickly
finish.
getting up the floor is Kernan Bundy from Blue Valley North.
And I think Kansas is getting a little better looks here the last 3 or 4 minutes at the rim instead of settling for threes that aren't off paint touches here.
For sure, getting the ball to the backboard with a little more regularity. That kid from Blue Valley North, I was talking to Coach about him, and he did not even become released medically until about a couple weeks before the season started. And, you know, he'd suffered some shoulder injury, knee injury, and some stuff like that. He battled his entire year back to get where he is this year. Second team All-League, I think, last year. First team All-League, state champ last year. Pretty good resume and a great kid. Sure hope somebody picks him up because he had one heck of a year.
Nico Bateman attacking, got it swatted.
Nico's so quick. He led the Interscholastic League this year in scoring for the Northeast Vikings, and just an explosive player that sometimes is overlooked because of a lack of exposure from some of those schools down in the city, but he can absolutely play this game.
Nearly 22 points a game this year with Northeast. Cans the first free throw to go along with 4 rebounds a game, and he only stands 5'11". Kind of wild. I mean, the offense really ran through him. Already mentioned the 22 points. He averaged 5 assists per game, too.
I tell you what, he's a stat stuffer, apparently. I never see the kid play, but if you're putting up 22 and 5 like that, that's being awfully productive.
Foster. Oh, good
nice
dish.
pass.
And Caden Caberline, the forward from Olathe South, will head to the line as the clock rolls towards 30 seconds.
Take Caberline. He's a pretty good story, too. I mean, he spent his junior year, he was JV only, didn't see the floor as a varsity player, comes out this year, comes first team all-Sunflower, and then I think he's like top 5 in a season rebounding at Olathe South. I mean, talk about persistence, you know? That's a great story. Like that's the type of kid I'd take a chance on, for sure.
6'6", averaged 8 rebounds a game. Good follow by Dane Hurl. Inside 3 seconds. Got to go quick. Long three. Oh, he banked it in. Trevor McBride, the guard from Baser Linwood High School, beats the horn.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
gives Kansas a 1-point lead at the end of 1.
The bank is open at 7:30, so holy cow, that was awesome.
The DiRenna All-Star game, 1 quarter in the books, and already we're going to break this scoreboard. You can tell.
Oh,
Stay with us.
There's our official that didn't show up.
We'll step aside on 810varsity.com.
This resort-style backyard and custom home is located in Saddle Ridge Estates and the Blue Springs School District. The 1.5-story home offers 5 spacious bedrooms, 6 full and 2 half baths, and 4 attached garage spaces. Scan the QR code on your screen now or text HBCD, that's HBCD, to 52187 for more information and photos. To set up a private showing, call or text 816-679-8336, marketed by the Rob Ellerman team at Reese Nichols.
Welcome back to Shawnee Mission South High School. 1-point Kansas lead after 1 quarter. I'm Tim Spurl, he's Jeff Walton, and Jake Cates, the 2 coaches. And after 1 quarter, a lot of offense, as you would expect in an all-star game, even though the teams didn't shoot all that well. But a very fast-paced first 12 minutes.
I got to tell you, I've been actually impressed by the on-ball defense, to be real truthful with you. They're really trying to level off the ball. They're really trying. They don't want to get beat or embarrassed, I guess, or I don't know. It's just pride. But I tell you, these kids are playing pretty hard, but they're also getting the ball down the floor and getting it to the backboard. Seen a nice mixture of good offense and good defense.
Aiden Shaw can't hit the first free throw, and if you were thinking of going anywhere during halftime, don't. The dunk contest will come up at halftime, and you're looking at the national high school dunk champion at the free throw line, splitting his free throws. He will compete in the dunk contest coming up at half.
Man, he is long. I didn't know that until he came out here just right now. And
Counted and one. Cortez Stevenson showing that tight end body as he absorbs contact and finishes with the 2.
I'll tell you right now, that was a phenomenal pass out of that double team. You know, we had a front row seat with that thing, and I'm thinking I just jump up and just absolutely just give it a heave towards the basket. That was, man alive, what an athletic play.
Well, yeah, because he's got Shaw right in his grill, and Shaw stands 6'8". Who knows what his wingspan is?
Oh, my gosh.
And still, despite that, able to see past him.
You know, I remember number 20, Mose Downing, when he was a freshman playing at Free State. Just the thought of I thought to myself, that's what a Division I athlete looks like as a freshman. And, man, he is not disappointing. He is long and strong and explosive.
This one spiked off the bottom of the rim. Briggs up and under. Sharon Briggs was honorable mention 5A at Piper this year. And on the other side, this 3 around and off.
Miles White looked like that one was going to go in for him. Good pull-up in transition, but not quite get the finish.
Catch and shoot. There he is again, Sharon Briggs. 5 quick points.
Tell you what, you know, watching him, that was a quick release. He got rid of that thing in a hurry. And if he's going to play at that level, he's going to have that level of release. That was.
And there's a pickpocket. Okay. Briggs will spike it home. 7 quick points for the guard from Piper.
Man alive.
The old rim rocker there.
He jolly washed that thing. That's how the coach from Chrisman used to do it, I hear. Back in the day.
It has been a minute.
He's
Aiden Shaw with the putback slam. Oh, this guy just hangs in the air.
I'll just say,
as a absolute heck did we just see?
As a Mizzou fan, fellas, I'm really happy about what I just saw.
Oh, I'm sorry. As a Jayhawk person, I'm sickened.
Benassi with the finish.
Who's in charge
there
of recruiting in Lawrence, for crying out loud?
I think they're doing all right.
And he is a big-time recruit. He is a top 75 recruit. Briggs can't hit the step back.
Little heat check there by Briggs. He was feeling it.
Benassi couldn't throw it down. And the follow won't go either. Oh, it is picking up in this second quarter.
Good follow there by Jarrett Mueller from Platte County. We actually played them in our district championship game this year, and he's a really good player, led their team in scoring, and really he's their leader at both ends of the floor, plays so hard.
Yeah, 19 points a game for the Pirates this year. And he was all-state in Missouri Class 5.
I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with your guys' mental acuity because I can't stop thinking about that play we just saw down here with
Well, when
Shaw.
he jumped, I was out. He jumped way too early, and he just stayed in the air.
He did.
Well, I'm impressed with the word acuity. So everybody here at the table.
I couldn't spell that.
I have 2 talents. I can breathe regularly, and I got a pretty decent vocabulary, but that's about it.
Corner 3 doesn't fall, and now Missouri's got numbers.
I sure hope somebody caught that on their phone, and we'll see it on Twitter later tonight. Oh, we're going to see a little hustle for the ball. Nice hustle.
And over and back. Yeah, you saw Harrison Hughes tracking that ball.
He was. You know, in these games, too, it's so refreshing because it's so much fun to watch the best players and best athletes lay their ears back and go hard, just to demonstrate their speed and athleticism.
Kansas tried to set up a little backdoor lob there. Missouri read it.
Hurl through contact, couldn't finish. Hughes off and running. One too many passes on the break there for Kansas.
Breaking a cardinal rule of basketball, leaving your feet to pass it, right? Even though that's become less and less of a cardinal rule as time has gone on, for sure.
And I'll tell you, if Kansas continues to leave Bryson Dean open from 3, they're going to pay. He's 0 for 2 right now, but the kid can flat shoot it.
He averaged just under 20 a game for Van Horn this year. 5.5 rebounds. Each team only gets 1 timeout per quarter. You probably noticed the running clock, but it hasn't slowed down these 2 teams. Again, it's been an explosion. And in the second quarter, more so than that first quarter, it seems like they are getting after it. It doesn't have really an all-star feel. I mean, this feels very competitive.
I agree. I've got to say, I'm glad I'm not the play-by-play person tonight at the speed by which the ball is changing hands. Now it's getting up and down the floor and all that stuff. And they are flat moving.
I'm talking with some of the coaches this week. It's really cool to see. I talked to a lot of the Missouri coaches. On the floor right now, we've got two kids, not just good basketball players, but one, Dane Hurl, is the student body vice president, and Emmanuel Bird is the student body president at Staley High School. So kids that are involved more than just basketball.
That's awesome.
If I could have your attention for a moment, could we get a custodian to the concession
Good
area?
vision right down the middle of the floor.
And now this one is thrown away.
Well, even the Hughes kid, Coach was telling me as well. He was given the Sam Caldwell Leadership Award, but that's because his peers recognize it. His teachers recognize it. He's a leader. Love it when look at him there, just jumping up there and.
Well, the hamster makes a great play.
That's muscle hamster to you.
Oh,
and
on both sides, Harrison Hughes.
I tell you what, that's a beautiful stroke.
He hears you guys. He knows you're talking about him.
Hey, he hears the hamster and his ears perk up, man.
I'm telling you right now.
And now he's getting out on the break. 2-on-1. Oh, the dish couldn't connect with Ugnashik. That would have been gorgeous if he connected on that dish.
I bet that's the first time he has done that without the fear of Brett McFall yanking him right out of the lineup.
He's not throwing that pass in the season, I promise.
No, for sure. Oh, shoot.
A little bit of a run by Kansas. Missouri trying to slow the bleeding.
Got a little double drag there. Look at the pick and pop, and
Hurl still looking to hit one of those threes.
Look at the Missouri side here, Coach. Run some offense or run some sets.
Good baseline defense. They swing it to an open three. Ugnashik left it well short, but the follow by the big man from St. James, Summerhalder.
What a pass by Ugnashik.
That was a pass. That is exactly right. They fell for it.
Not bad. I read that wrong.
Look at him. I tell you, that rascal, he's not having it. Not going by me tonight.
Oh, tough take. Bird couldn't put the follow down.
All right, bringing in a new crew.
Line change.
And here comes a new 5 for Kansas and Missouri. Probably going to be the last substitution before halftime. And again, at halftime, dunk contest on deck with some of the best athletes in the area, including the national dunk contest champion, Aiden Shaw.
A little dribble drive here going on for the Kansas side, trying to open up some driving gaps. Tell you, sure, I don't know how it is on the Missouri side, but Kansas side, seems like we're seeing a lot more dribble drive.
Conley, good spin, but he lost the handle.
Kansas ball.
And that Conley family is a basketball family. 3 of them playing at Pembroke right now, and all 3 of them are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Quentin Conley is going to head to the gridiron next year with the Jayhawks and either play receiver or tight end, yet to be determined for that Kansas squad. But this guy at 6'5" can go up and get the football. And speaking of go up and get it, Alex Benassi almost put up a poster.
Well, he's currently playing 2 sports in the spring. He's on the track team. Looks like maybe he's a jumper. And he also plays golf. He also plays golf at Lee Summit.
Oh, my gosh.
Not as much jumping in golf.
Wow. I tell you what, you could tell when he laid his ears back there on that, as soon as he caught, he's like, he's taking that thing to the cup.
And it was a great pass from near half court from Bennett Sturts, the commit to Northwest Missouri State, as well as a DiRenna finalist this year, to find him in transition there.
Did you say he was a DiRenna finalist 2 years?
2 years in a row, and his dad's the head coach of the Missouri side tonight.
That's awesome. What a great time for father and son to share something like this. Cool celebration of all the the weekends and money you spent and all that kind of stuff, and now you get to go out and enjoy a great memory with each other. That's very cool.
Trayvon Foster from Washington with the blow-by, lost it going up.
God, that was quick.
Iziagu got a piece of it.
This will be Coach Sturt's final game coaching. He's retiring from Liberty.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
He is. And Mike Hilbert on the bench next to him is retiring from Lee Summit North. So a couple guys getting one more game in here.
Oh, that's cool. So they're kind of the Coach K's of the
both with fantastic
All-Star
careers.
Game. Oh, my goodness.
Caberline connects from the baseline.
Representing for Olathe the South right there. Nice three ball, nice rhythm three.
Biggest lead of the game for Kansas at 13. And a pretty step back by Bennett Sturts.
Bennett's tough, and Coach McCollum at Northwest is going to absolutely love him. He's going to fit right into their style of play next year.
Buller from the corner. Another three. Kansas starting to find the range.
Did you say he's going Northwest Missouri?
Northwest Missouri, yep.
I tell you, they play a fun style, that .5 basketball where you catch it, and as soon as you catch it, you're not catching and looking, you're catching and going. If you can't do something with it in a half a second, that's fun to watch. It's difficult for the defense to get set, and man, as a player, that'd be really cool.
There are quite a few future Bearcats out there. Jack Radigan also committed to Northwest Missouri State. We also mentioned, obviously, Bennett Sturts added to Northwest Missouri State.
And I've been really impressed with Coach McCollum. My point guard from 2 years ago, Isaiah Jackson, is up there. He started as a freshman last year, true freshman, and just got his second national championship with 3 years left. And to see some of those practices from Coach McCollum and the way they run their program, absolutely impressed, and these guys are going to fit right in.
Very cool.
And they do a fantastic job of recruiting locally. And again, they keep churning out national championships. And that's a pretty good selling point at the D2 level.
Well, and their best player leaves, goes to Creighton, and he's second team all-conference, his 1 year at Division I. So Coach McCollum is got a good thing going up there.
Inside 20 seconds to go in this first half. Bowler looking for another one, same spot, he got it again.
And Coach, to your point, early on they were staying in front of the ball, not getting those open threes. Now they're getting into the paint and getting those paint touch threes wide open.
Yeah, it's you're hoping that's going to be oh my.
Iziagu counted and one to beat the horn. A chance for a 4-point play for the future Cyclone.
So let's go. High drama to end the first half.
That's a way to trim a lead.
That is 4-point possessions.
They needed that.
They did need that.
Iziagu. His night's just getting started. It's halftime, but he is going to compete in the dunk contest. Coming up on the other side of this on 810varsity.com.
Time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. That's NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. And get ready for winter today. Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. That's NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. And get ready for winter today. Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right. Get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. That's NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. And get ready for winter today. Fall is upon us, and so is the time to tune up that furnace. Don't miss the $49 special from Neil Harris Heating Service Experts. That's right, get your system tuned up for just $49, and you don't even have to be a Service Experts Advantage program member. Call 816-629-5343. That's 816-629-5343. Or schedule online at any time at NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. That's NeilHarrisServiceExperts.com. And get ready for winter today. Fall is upon us.
2 dunks in the first round. Overall scores will be combined, and then the 2 players with the highest scores will advance to the finals. But, rules are unimportant in a dunk contest. We're just here for the show.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of giddy, to be honest.
I'm fired up for it. Hey, we saw Alex Benassi almost throw that one down. He's going to be in it. We saw Aiden Shaw, remember, levitate in the air.
Oh, my gosh. And, I was just sitting here thinking, as you look down the line, I know you're a Missouri fan. You got to be thinking as you're looking down there, what's he going to look like in 2 years when he gets another 20, 25 pounds on, and starts getting his man strength. And he's going to be a monster.
All right, here's how we'll work. Each contestant.
Tell you what, I think the one guy that was going to surprise people, maybe not now after seeing that breakaway, Alex Benassi is one of the most athletic kids out here.
How tall is he?
He can't be more than 6'3".
Yeah, Benassi goes right at 6'3", committed to Missouri S&T. Yeah, he's absolutely an athlete.
Both of his parents played at Missouri S&T as well, so an athletic family, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I have a feeling we're going to see, at the very least, a handful of dunks that are going to be, pretty darn special.
I'm excited to see Damari Smith. Only goes 6 foot tall out of Shawnee Mission Northwest High School. Holds that Rockhurst offer. We were talking about him a little bit in the first half. And he's going to be the little guy that kind of tugs at the heartstrings in a dunk contest of big guys.
When he jumps, he just looks like he's shot out of a cannon to me. He is just absolutely, man.
A lot of judges, I don't know, what's that, 9 or 10 judges? This is going to be a heck of a combined score.
Who's good? That's exciting.
I don't know how we weren't asked to judge, honestly.
I'm kind of glad we don't have to watch and critique.
Now that you mentioned, I'm a little hurt.
I mean, what's 3 more judges when you have 14 of them out there,
Seriously.
And give everyone in the stands a 1 to 10 card.
Looks like Ike's going to be the first one up.
Ezeagu from Blue Springs High School. Going to play football at Iowa State.
He could very well bring the goal down.
Stands at 6'6".
We're going to feel this.
So nonchalant, approaching the rim and just explodes.
Guys, we just saw a lolly toss and a one-handed windmill.
This dude didn't even break a sweat.
And he looked over there like, it ain't no thing. I mean, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
That's his first dunk.
Talking with Coach Jones this week, he said he's the most athletic player that's been in their program in his 23 years at Blue Springs.
Benassi. Oh, Alex Benassi. Also going off the bounce.
The bar has been raised, y'all. There was nothing easy about that. Again, the lolly toss coming baseline, jumping up, turning and catching it with 2 hands, and not just barely making it, but absolutely flushing that thing.
And what people don't realize is, everybody thinks Division I, but some of these Division II and NAI athletes are just unbelievable.
Absolutely.
Young man, if he can finish that one.
And remember, Damari Smith only stands at 6 feet tall.
Oh my gosh. A lot of young men sitting at home right now saying, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Next up from Blue Valley, Aiden.
Oh, so they're not going to give him a retry.
Well, they get 2 dunks in the first round, so.
I'm telling you right now, he's going to have to do, I'm sure he will, but he's going to have to bring something because those first 2 were no joke.
And now your national dunk champion, Aiden Shaw. Oh, he can't put it down.
Looked like he had a little bit of some dead legs taken off there.
Actually kind of did, didn't he? I always remember telling our kids when we were doing dunk contests, like whatever you do, start off with something you can make, and power is good, but coming out and trying to do something ultra flashy and then you miss it.
I got a feeling he's going to redeem himself before the end
so.
of this thing.
I think so.
And we're going to get to see Damari Smith run it back.
I think he could obviously do that lolly toss really easy without between the legs, but
the young man can get off the floor, but he's got to put one through the hoop.
Yeah, he had plenty of lift there. It wasn't like he didn't get the thing over the rim.
And one more time, Aiden Shaw.
And Aiden Shaw with another chance.
I'm going to have to talk to the coaches committee. We need some music and stuff going here.
Oh, okay.
Shaw can't put that down.
Get our crowd into it, get some music going.
Are you guys old enough to remember where that dunk came from?
That reminded me of a Dominique Wilkins dunk.
Wilkins. We got two of them right there in the 1988 dunk contest at Chicago Stadium against another guy many of you may have heard of before.
Round 2, we bring back
Terrence Stansberry. The Statue of Liberty 360.
Somebody's going to have to get this crowd excited. It's way too quiet in here.
Oh, Easy Agu. Cocked it back.
And what's also impressive to me about him, not only does he have kind of that, that poetic flair, that grace in the air, when he brings that thing through, he is hammering down.
Alex Benassi.
This is the finals, by the way.
Grace and power personified, one might say.
Each member gets 2 dunks. Benassi goes reverse, and I think there should be one more dunk for both of them.
Rock that one back and forth a little bit. And if we have some time, Coach Jones told me a really funny story about Ike this week as a freshman.
About who?
Ike Eziagu.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yeah, he came in late as a freshman the first week of practice, and Coach said he did some personal running. And then 2 days later, he came in late again on a Saturday morning practice, but this time he had a bag of McDonald's in his hands. And the rest of the team did some running while he was on the sideline with his bag of McDonald's. And Coach said they had some senior leadership that made sure that never happened again. Turned out to have a fantastic career.
That's good stuff. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of motivation.
All right, looks like we're going to try to toss one off the side of the backboard here. If he gets this one, this crowd better get up off their feet. Oh!
Jiminy Christmas.
6 foot! Send it in!
Wow.
And now pressure's on Aiden Shaw, the only man that hasn't put down a dunk so far.
Well, that was really impressive.
That was very impressive. I'm no genius here, but
the players are trying to get the crowd up.
6-1 and 6-1 stand Ugnashik and Trevor McBride.
If I'm the parents of those kids, I'm a little nervous. Let's try it again. Let's go. You got this.
Yeah, that can't count. Let him run it back.
Run it back. That's right.
Just lost the handle on it.
Those kids are not contest.
Oh my gosh.
I told you he'd redeem himself.
Good grief.
Ugnashek saying,
Got to be kidding me.
he caught the back of my head.
Well, what do you do after that? Because
Right.
that's not even the finals, I don't think.
Yeah, no, that was still the first round. And we can't see the scores, so we don't know what's going on.
He jumps
Par
over
for the
two
course.
6-foot people. He leans and turns to his left a little bit and cocks the thing back with his right and dunks it so hard the net got stuck. And he's, what, 18?
Our two finalists.
Just like we all used to do it.
Alex Benassi.
That's great.
And from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Damari Smith.
Well, so Damari Smith's one dunk has got him into the finals.
Well, one of these guys, actually, they both are going to be able to say they beat the national dunk champion in a dunk contest.
Yes.
Does that by default make you the national champion?
I don't think that's how that works.
I think a case could be made.
I'm just saying, if the belt was here, it's been taken. Damari Smith will go first. Ooh, almost.
Good gosh.
This guy can get up.
I think we've all seen so much of the athleticism that sometimes we take it for granted.
Yes.
But being here tonight, man, these guys, and these aren't the ones that when you walk in the gym, you think he's going to be in the dunk contest.
No, I'd have, probably say he'll be in the three-point contest if you had one. And I'm sure he'd do fine in that, but man.
Benassi played football, wide receiver this year when the quarterback was hurt. And the last 4 games of the season, actually the last 6 games of the season, he led Lee Summit to a 4-2 record at quarterback, having never played quarterback before. So he just gets it. He's athletic. He's smart.
What an athlete.
Which is why he's going to Missouri S&T.
Oh, he almost put it between the legs. He reminds you a little bit of another Lee Summit Tiger that did it both on the gridiron and on the hardwood, who is in the NFL right now, and that's Drew Lock. Mm-hmm. Remember, Drew Lock was an incredible basketball player.
I had to play against him at the time I was at Summit Christian, and we played in their tournament every year. And I believe it was his senior year, they went undefeated. Him and Blake Spellman at the point, and Drew Lock was shooting anywhere.
Good gosh.
Hey, his head was almost at the rim. I know he doesn't make the dunk, but that dude almost headbutted the rim.
Yeah, if he gets a head of steam going up, he can flat get off the ground.
I want to see him jump over Aiden Shaw. Curtis Bundy.
He's coming off the bench.
Hey, why don't you take your mic off and run over there and make that suggestion? I think that's a great idea.
I bet he could do it.
I bet he could.
Still tallying scores, yet to actually see a dunk get put down in the finals. This is the final one.
I would say just go do one. Just do something you can make here. You'll be.
Oh, he does. Stick it between the legs.
Young man, you just won the dunk contest.
That is. The thing is, he made that look pretty easy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That one felt like a safety dunk.
Yeah, right, between the legs. Just
That
something
was his
sure.
safety
Something
dunk.
sure. At this point in my career, I couldn't do a layup through my legs without hurting myself.
I couldn't dunk a donut in a glass of milk like that.
Very impressive.
Oh my goodness.
Even the misses were impressive.
They were. I mean, actually were. Just the athleticism was staggering.
We got to get some music and some hype, man. Maybe next year they'll let me have a microphone in here.
You're not kidding. I mean,
I'll get this
let's
place
pump in
going.
the energy, yeah.
I tell you, this place needs some Bee Gees.
Oh, man, Coach. I'm
staying alive.
It's not going to get played in here unless their name starts with Lil or Baby.
Touche.
So Alex Benassi has been announced as your dunk contest champion.
Jeff Zandy, the referee, coming out.
Okay. Referees had to put their shooting shirts back on. They were getting cold over there.
And that right there is why he's a referee.
Still shooting one. We're going to wait here until the next one.
For a second, I thought it was his turn to dunk.
Come on, Pete.
Thank you for 20 great years. Jeff Zandy.
You know, when I always enjoyed him on the sideline, he was a great guy. He's a good official, and he was a guy you could talk to, and he didn't have rabbit ears. He didn't let what you said to him necessarily impact what he was doing. So to me, he was always just a complete professional.
Absolutely.
And, glad for him. It's going to be bad for the game of basketball around here to lose a seasoned official like that. But, man, I tip my hat to him. He's a good dude, good official. And that was cool that they recognized him.
And as a high school coach, man, we need young officials. We're losing a lot of good ones.
We are. You guys are seeing that on the Missouri side as well.
Absolutely.
Zandy, more than 20 years as a high school official.
Can you imagine? Just think for a moment. The volume of brilliant observations he's gotten from people behind him. I mean, the parents and the coaches and people yelling stuff at him where he just had to shake his head.
I've given him a few.
I'm sure he's got plenty of stories.
Oh, my goodness, he's got stories.
Benassi getting some congrats dabbed up over here by some of his buddies for winning that dunk contest.
And you know what? I'm telling you, in a group this size, if they would have let him have 10 or 12 kids in dunk contests, we could have seen some. I guarantee Mose Downing could. A lot of these kids could get up there and just punch that thing.
Well, the guy grabs the ball off the sideline and almost puts down a 360 casually. So
yes,
yeah, I would imagine. Well, and again, I would pay good money to see Muscle Hamster compete in a dunk contest.
Oh, my goodness.
See if we can get that going at the end of this one.
I think I would put money on he could do a lolly toss. He could toss it up there, run up and grab it and put it in. I think he could do it.
Absolutely he could. Hey, by the way, we got a basketball game going on. 46-33. At halftime, Kansas a 13-point advantage over the team from Missouri. Leading the way in the first half for Kansas, Briggs had 10 points. And remember, he did it in a flurry in that second quarter. Also hit a couple of threes. 8 points as well for Harrison Hughes, the guy from Shawnee Mission South we were just talking about. And on the other side for Missouri, Alex Benassi, your dunk champ, had 8 points in that first half to lead the way for the Missouri squad. But it was Kansas that exploded in that second quarter, a 13-point halftime lead. Still a lot of time. You can erase a deficit like that in an all-star game pretty quick.
Oh, for sure. And you know what? The way Missouri came out, they came out like gangbusters. I thought Kansas was going to be a little bit of trouble. The way they come out and were hitting shots and had Kansas team on their heels a little bit. But much to their credit, they responded and started hitting some shots.
Kansas hit 50% of their three balls in that first half, 8 of 16 from beyond the arc. Missouri only 1 of 11 from three in the first half.
And that's a number. That's a number that's going to have to climb if they're going to get back in this game.
Yeah, that three ball certainly has changed the game for sure.
It's weird to talk strategy in an all-star game, but
these guys want to win, man.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way they're playing out here. I've been impressed with the level of play because it's an all-star game. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Aiden Shaw can't hit. And Missouri will try to start working their way back in a 13-point hole at halftime. They go lob, that one underthrown. And back the other way, Team Kansas. Oh, great dish from Aiden Shaw.
What a pass.
Jerron Briggs has got 12.
You know, if somebody's never played basketball before, they have no idea how complicated that pass was right there. That was outstanding.
Miles White, a quick answer. A deep three on the other side doesn't go. Benassi. Oh, almost able to spin and free himself up instead. 3-on-1.
They had two guys going for the oop.
Let's try it one more time. Downing lost it. Benassi took it away. Mose couldn't hammer it home. And we're going to have a highlight dunk by the end of this game.
Shaw with the stick back there.
Yeah, a little sloppy in the early going from both sides, trying to maybe be a little too going individual, being a little too highlight, but oops.
Nico Bateman went down hard on that take.
You know, Miles White hit that three a while ago. Coach Billy Thomas at Rockhurst that played at Kansas was telling me on senior night they had 7 seniors, and prior to the game he approached Coach and asked if one of the kids that didn't get to play very much could have his starting spot on senior night, and just offered that up to Coach Thomas, that's not normal for a high school kid to do.
Yeah, what a great that's awesome.
No, especially as a senior. That's extremely selfless. Here's a deep three. Briggs. He's lit it up so far tonight, but he can't hit the bunny.
Well, we'll see if these guys can get settled back into their flow. A long halftime here with the dunk contest and all.
Totally, yeah. You know,
on the next trip.
Hard to get back up and get loose.
Yeah, kick the can.
Missouri ball.
It is hard. You stop, you get cooled off, and now you got to get loosened up and get that level of intensity again.
Ooh, Benassi. Trying to work his way through traffic, got bumped.
You know, as a high school coach, it's neat to see just people from all over the city. We got college coaches here. Coach Diener from Rockhurst University is right behind us here. It's just cool to see all of these people come together for one more time to celebrate this basketball season.
I agree. It's a celebration. I mean, these kids, they have spent a lot of miles going to AAU tournaments, and they've been a lot of, nice finish. Almost. Parents have spent a lot of money, working with trainers, working with their AAU coaches and their high school teams. I mean, there's playing some of these kids obviously playing year-round basketball, and I don't know. I guess for some, it's a return on investment, maybe, for so much money and time.
And a couple of these guys are uncommitted, and there are some D2 coaches, there are some NAIA coaches that I saw here. So, even though it's April, I mean, what are the odds that some of these coaches are still out here recruiting?
Oh, there's no doubt that they're out here recruiting. Oh, yeah. That's why they're out here. I'm still talking to coaches about some of my unsigned seniors, and that's why they're at these events. And I'm telling you, this was my 20th season as a head coach. This is the hardest it's ever been to get a high school senior a spot in a college. I mean, they're going against 23 and 24-year-olds with 2 years of eligibility left because of the COVID year,
right,
and red shirt and the portal now, with all the transfers and then this whole scene of prep school coming on. It's really hard. So any offer you get as a senior right now is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree. That extra year with the COVID deal, that has had to have had major implications on these young kids that are graduating last year and this year particularly. Makes you wonder how long that ripple effect's going to last.
Oh, high
nice
off
finish.
The glass.
He's so smooth.
Future Bearcat Bennett Sturts on one end, and on the other end, Summerhalder.
Yeah, he made that look routine too. Jumped off his left, brought the back over to his left hand and kissed it, going against his body. That was pretty impressive.
Ugnashik can't finish, but Kansas keeps it alive. Hughes will tee it up. And now thrown away underneath by Jack Radigan, the other Bearcat commit. Nearly halfway through this third quarter, Missouri has only taken a point off that halftime deficit.
You know, that's another thing, too. I think about like the number of kids who want to go to a Division I school and they may be good enough to play at a place like Northwest Missouri, but they don't go because they're not Division I. You're like thinking, do you have any idea how good those players are at that level? You know, and not only that, but at that particular school.
Absolutely. Those are conversations I had with Isaiah Jackson. You want to go play D1 because it's D1 and have zero atmosphere. You want to go win national championships.
Absolutely.
And again, we were talking about the transfer portal has made it, I don't want to say easier, but more of a possibility to end up at the D1 level if you have to start at a D2 level.
Yes. It's a whole different deal now, rotating door anymore. And even kids just wanting to test the waters, like that kid from who played for the Peacocks. You know, he said he was entering the transfer portal. He's like, I played against these guys. Maybe I can play on one of those big-time teams.
Hughes got fouled, and he'll go to the line. But, yeah, the transfer portal has kind of made it a revolving door, but that means more opportunities for those guys that are on the fringe of a Division I program that do have to go to a Northwest Missouri State.
And how would you like to be a coach today? I've thought about this, too. How'd you like to be a coach today and not only have to go recruit other kids, but recruit your own kids? You know what I mean? You got to recruit your own kids again.
Every season.
And I went down to New Orleans last week. I meet the same two college coaches every year, some guys I grew up with. And that was a conversation we had. He's like, I have to recruit my guys back in addition to going out and looking for, the new players that we're going to bring in. So it's a new day. The game has changed, and I don't think it's going anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's once they took the lid off that Pandora's box, I don't think there's any way to get that thing back on.
And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing for the kids.
No. Yeah, it's going to create opportunities is the bottom line.
Yeah, I like thinking like even some of the teams in the NCAA tournament this year, like Texas Tech. I mean, that wasn't the same team it was a year before.
That was an entirely different starting five.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and UAB had 5 Power 5 transfers on their team this year, so it's just different.
And, it changes the culture for your program if you're a college coach because you got to take all these transfers. You probably can't run as complicated a system.
Right.
You got to make sure to be able to get those kids on the same page, and that's no easy task.
In case you guys missed it, the Hamster just put a free throw through.
Here it is. Oh, backdoor lob! Oh!
Emmanuel Bird with the flush.
I tell you what, that dude got up off the ground. That was pretty.
Washburn commit.
Nice set there by Coach Sturtz.
Looking for another one, possibly.
Nice hesitation.
That's another local program that's done a really good job. And if they were in any other conference other than the MIAA with Northwest, Washburn would be making more waves nationally as well.
Follow wouldn't go. Second effort.
Nicely done. Low, slow, and under control in the post. That's how you do it. Well played.
Your guy.
Off of 2.
Off of 2. That's right. There you go, Jay Wright. Playing off of 2.
Stripped away, and coach got to watch player get 2 more.
Hey, way to finish off of 2, Dane Hurl.
And he has cut this lead to 11. Dane Hurl gives it up.
Nice little Laker cut there. Tell you what, Missouri is slowly creeping back in there. They're playing together. They're going to 2 or 3 sides of the floor and making Kansas move on defense a little bit. Oh, off the heezy. Oh.
Here's an opportunity.
Nicely done.
Hurl running the floor. Hurl going up and under, and it's a single-digit lead again.
And I'll tell you what, all 5
goodness.
guys that were on the floor right there for Missouri all play for 816 Hoops together in the summer. So a little chemistry you could see there. And so they cut this lead, made it a little bit better game.
Hey, they say those transition layups are 80% coaching. Can you confirm that?
I can definitely 100% not confirm that.
I lobbed it to you. You could have stuffed it.
His dad is our superintendent, so I like my job. I made it 5 years coaching both Hurl boys, so I'm not going to ruin it now.
All right. We talk about chemistry. Blue Valley West has 2 players here tonight, and those kids have been playing together since kindergarten. The 2 kids from Blue Valley West. In this climate with transfers and kids moving and stuff like that, that's absolutely staggering. I believe most of their team has played together since, at the very least, 4th grade.
Look out! Miles White!
Young man, give us that smile.
Did we just see?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely storming the lane.
His arms, when he got up there, when he linked it out, he looked like Julius Erving, for crying out loud, going down the lane. That was awesome.
I'll tell you what, to impress his coach, Billy Thomas, who played at KU and in the league.
Give it to him. Benassi out in the open floor. Hey, it's a 7-point game again.
You know, that was great control. He was going fast as he could run. He had to gather himself and compensate for that forward motion. He elevated beautifully there. What an athlete.
His Lee Summit Tigers had a great season this year.
Oh, what a pretty turnaround by Kernan Bundy.
Same sounds as Kobe Bryant there with that KB. That was what it looked like on that fade.
Oh my goodness.
There's the tight end creating space.
You couldn't play that better. He stayed in front of the basketball, didn't foul.
Yeah. What are you supposed to do?
Shake his hand.
That's 6'5", 240 coming at you. Bullard can't hit.
I just saw a Bach out in an all-star game.
Missouri can make it a 2-possession game. Ezeagu. And Kansas will come back the other way with it. Yeah, Missouri playing some defense in this 3rd quarter.
You know, they've gotten within sniffing distance now, so they might start locking it in there a little bit. Nice job chasing. That was one of the things that Coach Morrow loved about that kid, is he absolutely is a rebounding machine. Won a lot of possessions, made a lot of winning plays for his team, and got to have kids like that.
Benassi, a deep 3, got it! And it's a 4-point game.
Here we go.
Oh, back the other way. Foster through contact will go to the line with under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter.
Did you guys think we were going to see a 2-possession game by the end of the 3rd quarter?
No, I didn't think it was going to happen this quick.
I agree with you. Especially the way it started. It was sloppy, and all of a sudden,
might have ourselves a fun 4th quarter.
Agreed.
I mean, we're going to have fun over here no matter what these guys do.
That's very true.
Let Muscle Hamster take over.
I have added some words to my vocabulary this evening. Muscle Hamster being one of them.
One of them, yeah. Missouri can hold for the last shot, and they can make it a 1-possession game going into the 4th quarter. Ezeagu, the future Cyclone defensive end. Inside 10 seconds.
Oh, nicely done.
Foster. And Benassi after the horn, well short. We're at the end of 3, but we got a game again. 61-56. Missouri has climbed their way back into it. The DiRenna All-Star game. Living up to the hype. Stay with us on A10Varsity.com. Back from Shawnee Mission South High School. Start of quarter 4. It's been fun the whole way. Jeff Walton, Jake Cates, Tim Spurl alongside you on 810varsity.com. Happy to have you along. Missouri trying to complete their comeback.
Sturt's awfully composed. Oh, and he is going to pull one.
Back the other way, Kansas will run with it. Briggs lost it going up.
Yeah, you notice Sturt's composure. You cannot speed that kid up.
No, I mean, he handled that with complete poise. Pulled back, and yeah, he was not rushed a bit.
It reminds me a lot of a kid that is moving on from Northwest Missouri State, Trevor Hudgens.
From the corner, Damari Smith.
As far as his demeanor on the floor,
Right.
never shows emotion.
Kansas turning up the heat here a little bit. They're wanting to double things a little bit here. I like that.
Catch and shoot corner three doesn't fall. And all of a sudden, Kansas with an 8-point lead and a chance to add to it. From the elbow, got it. No problem from Mose Downing.
Kansas, after the break, kind of responds, says, hold the phone here.
Coach Hentz must have had some words for him there.
Wow, and the full court pressure causes a turnover. 3 around and off.
I like it. I like the strategy here. Turn up, try and get some, maybe some quick perimeter shots, get some runouts. Why not?
And Kansas wants to win this game.
Yeah, they do.
I love it. Full court press in an all-star game.
Can Missouri respond? Down 10.
They're going to give up these. Oh yeah, they're going to give up these open threes, but long rebounds and runouts. Not a bad idea.
On the coaching side of things, man, if you're forcing that corner three in transition, it's a win.
I thought it was interesting. I talked to the Kansas coaches before, and I asked them what the strategy was. They said if it gets to the fourth quarter and it's tight, they are just going to stick with whatever lineup is playing the hottest. So they've been in this game to win it, and they're going to get serious here in this fourth quarter and lock down a lineup.
Yeah, coaching in an all-star game is, kind of a unique thing. You want to make sure you get all the kids in and all that kind of thing. But when it gets down to that last, 5-6 minutes, you're going to put the guys on the floor, give yourself the best chance to win.
Quentin Conley finishes his free throw miss, and now a turnover. Nico Bateman over to get it. Weaving through traffic, threw it away. And now Missouri pressuring in the full court, and they force nearly a turnover. Bateman must have got a piece of it.
Guys, I think we're going to be in for a treat here this last 9 minutes. These kids are getting after each other.
And Missouri got hot near the end of the third quarter. They need another run like that. Got a lot of time to work with, though. And now they're going to start trapping.
Both teams turning up the heat here.
Oh, deep three, no problem. Damari Smith.
I can shoot it. I can dunk it.
Good grief. Look at the acceleration there by Shaw. Good grief, he can move his feet.
He's a top 75 recruit for a reason.
Yeah, when you watch kids like that, he's like, okay, that's the difference. That's the difference. You're 6'8" and can move like that. It's different being 6'1" and can move like that.
Gonna ship down the road to Columbia next year, and he recommitted earlier in the week.
Every time I hear you say that, it does my heart good.
Bateman, strong on the pull-up.
Oh, let's go. Oh, he's not going to play around with it.
Smith will pull up from deep, can't hit. And he could have gone and put on a show. Dangerous pass.
I thought for sure he was down.
Hayden Shaw. Brings it all the way around.
That would have scored very well in the dunk contest. That thing touched the bottom of his sneakers.
That thing hit the ground right underneath the rim.
Oh my!
In a hurry.
Gosh.
And we may have just seen the encore performance from Hayden Shaw. He's subbed out of this game. We may not see him again. But if that is his lasting moment of this one, it's a fun one for sure.
My gosh.
This one left short.
Yeah, that ball definitely beat him to the floor. Oh, I was hoping he was going to shoot that thing.
Give it to him. Hughes. Oh, good dish again. But his teammate couldn't handle it.
I'm telling you, he's getting all of his behind-the-back passes out of his system now.
Absolutely.
Brett McFall having none of it.
somewhere. Brett, if you're listening, I know you're about ready to have a heart attack watching that. You can see why that kid changed Shawnee Mission South's fortune. I mean, they started off 0-5, I'm pretty sure. Moved him to the point, and he started playing, and they went on a crazy run, and they did it for the next 2.5 years.
Here we go, numbers for Missouri now. Back to an 11-point game.
Plays for Coach Max Sollers over at Van Horn High School.
It's a tough play on the break, but Missouri keeps it alive. Need this three, doesn't go. Ugnashik with a little step by. He can't finish either. Missouri's trying to leak out on the break. They want to get out and run. Oh! Jack Radigan went up and punches that one out of bounds.
It's a nice block.
Luke Stubbs taking it out for Missouri. His brother Grant plays at William Jewell College.
Good hesitation.
High
nice
off
finish.
the glass.
That's a big, strong kid.
Stubbs, the one that made the shot in the state semifinal last year to send them to the state championship game at the buzzer. Another good pass.
Good job. Low, slow, and under control in the post.
Summerhalder, two more. He's quietly had a really good game.
He really has, hasn't he?
He's approaching double digits.
That's a great job leveling off the ball. Uh-oh.
Great job by Radigan there.
Toss off the backboard. Here we go. Nope, he's not going to.
Bryson knew what was coming there.
There's going to be no ducky on my watch.
Oh, big collision. Refs let it go. And that was steal. Stevenson.
He gave him some raise the roof love there, didn't he? That's a good teammate.
Now Missouri comes with a double. Got to start forcing turnovers.
Oh, nice drive.
But this guy couldn't finish. With the left hand, the putback. Hey, Dane Hurl playing well from William Chrisman.
Young man was a Class 5 All-State player this year.
He has trimmed the lead to 9 as he heads out. Likely his last time on the floor as well.
He'll be headed to Missouri Southern to play quarterback, who their current starting quarterback is his older brother, Dawson Hurl. So that'll be an interesting dynamic next year down at Missouri Southern.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Until he beats his brother out. A weird family dinner.
You ain't lying.
His brother Dawson was one of the top freshmen in the country last year in passing yards at the Division II level, so he's got his work cut out for him.
Benassi from the parking lot. Kansas looking to ice it.
Little ballpark kick there. Good hustle.
They keep the clock rolling inside 3 minutes.
34, Hayden Taberline. Second personal, team foul number 7.
And we're about 2:40 away from a Kansas sweep in the DiRenna All-Star games. Step back three.
I wonder when the last time that has happened.
Yeah, I would be curious to look up. Oh, good pass. Because the Kansas women almost had a 20-point victory earlier. And now the guys inching towards a sweep here in the men's tilt. Conley puts it in.
Our officials are working hard tonight, aren't they? They're getting up and down the floor with these guys.
Finally.
I'm telling you.
Goodness, I've been waiting all year to see Pete do something. It's as hard as I've seen Pete work maybe in 20 years.
Oh, he's dialed in.
Numbers for Kansas. Buller tried to set it up off the backboard. Benassi, he'll hammer home.
Excuse me.
I'm telling you right now, you talk about unassuming.
Oh, the lob can't connect here.
That kid is as unassuming, I think, as I've seen him. You wouldn't expect that. He jumps up there and absolutely hammers that thing. That is awesome.
This is going to turn into a dunk contest last minute.
Now it's looking more like an all-star game.
Now, yeah, this is now. But you know what? It took a long time to get to this point.
Guys, I've had an absolute blast watching these kids play.
I agree. I agree with you.
Oh, now it's Missouri's turn. Let's give them a couple more dunks.
They make that look pretty easy, don't they?
Hey, that dunk's still not as good as what Miles White did earlier, where he took it through the lane.
Slam by Trayvon Foster. Who's next?
Nico Bateman? Hey, how about 5'11" getting up?
Very impressive.
Yeah, that's some of the best athletes in the city, and we got a front row seat. That's pretty cool.
A sweep for Kansas in the DiRenna All-Star games. The women take it, and then the guys finish up the job 83-75 in the nightcap. But less about the final score and more about some of the best athletes in the area getting to lace it up one more time with some of the best in the city. This one was fun, and you got to see why these guys are all-stars.
Yeah. And I sure hope that there was enough eyes out there, whether it was on the web or in this gym, that, you know, see some of these kids up close and personal. It's like, you know what, I think that kid could help us, because I don't think I saw one that couldn't play somewhere, you know?
Well, I'm sure someone found a home. Again, there were plenty of coaches on hand for this one, and through about 3.5 quarters, it was a very competitive game. Couple of final numbers for you. For Team Missouri, Alex Benassi finishes with 17. Miles White finishes with 11. Two more players had 10, including Dane Hurl and Cortez Stevenson. On the other side for Kansas, two players finished with 13. Harrison Hughes, the muscle hamster, and Jerron Briggs, 12 more for Avnor Buller. And it is a 8-point Kansas victory. Jeff Walton, Jake Cates, your final thoughts on not only wrapping it well on this one, but the entire season.
I'll start, man. I find it a privilege to be a high school basketball coach and to be around kids that sacrifice of all of their time, you know, where they're not out at parties and things like this, but they're putting in the work. And to see them come out and be able to put on a show one last time, to me, makes me feel good and about what I do. And I just had an absolute blast working this game with you guys tonight.
Yeah, you know, I did too. That was a lot of fun. And you know, after having watched a lot of basketball this winter, not being on the sideline as a coach, but more as in this role watching, there are an awful lot of good high school basketball players out there. And I tell you what, we're seeing a little bit of a trend. It's kind of starting to trickle. Some of the best players in the state are then moving on to like prep schools for their senior year. And I sure hope that does not continue necessarily, because you know what, these things like this are just awesome. And high school sports are good for kids, you know, and tonight's a great celebration of that. And I sure hope that the kids will stay in school and just enjoy being a kid for one more year, because they'll be just fine when they get on that college campus.
Yeah, this was fun. It was a great atmosphere, and we had a heck of a time. Also, real quick shout out to Alex Benassi, your dunk champion, who takes it home. But this one was fun all the way around. For Jeff Walton, for Jake Cates, I'm Tim Spurl. We had a blast. Thank you for joining us tonight on 810varsity.com. We're going to take the shoes off, but we'll lace them up next November. See you then.
I remember that game that we did over there.
Yeah. It was crazy. That has a huge atmosphere, a great ball game.
That was wild. I remember I got there like an hour early. I struggled with the score.
Oh, yeah, probably so. You guys did a great job. You made a statement that I have to tease my guys about all the time, which I love. You said, in for Blues, Wade North, the legendary coach Jeff Walsh. I was like, yes! Yes! For the starting line, I record it every time. I'm like, I feel like, say here, guys, listen to this. Legendary coach. Like, you? Like, I know. Right. That guy you were working with that night, he did a good job.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing anymore. That's the problem. I mean, they would hand me a different color guy. Yeah, all the time. I mean, it was whoever wanted to fill in. I used to have, he used to coach in Aquinas. That's a problem. Yeah, Mark? Yeah, he was my color guy for like 2 years.
Was he really?
Yeah.
He'd be a good one.
I think he got back into coaching.
He did.
Yeah. But yeah, he was really good. He said it, that it was fun to work.
Yeah, we were watching it. Like we watch it as coaches. We're like scouting, and then we're watching for certain actions. It takes a long time. You guys done it for a long time. You're gonna recognize those actions and be able to talk about them. You know, when everybody's watching it.
Well, it makes my job a lot easier when I can work with something like that. Like, I barely have to talk. I let them run away.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Football, I work with Jeremy Travis. Okay. Yeah, he used to do, like, the lead recruiting for ESPN. Now he's with that On 3 tour. Oh. Yeah, that big recruiting stuff. But he knows his stuff in and out. Like, football-wise, I'll just let him go. That he will. Oh yeah, he can tell a story about every guy out there, recruiting stories. It's easy.
Chemistry-wise, pretty good. I thought we got off around pretty well.
Yeah, I'm not upset it wasn't on the radio. An all-star game on the radio.
I feel like getting a